So, in case the new products are profitable, does the creator share those profits? I mean, do you have some sort of financial compensation for the thing you've created at Google?
Yes, they give out like bonuses for like employees who do like a really good job, and they also have something called the Founders Award at Google. If you do something like extraordinary, if you do something like really significant,
like
then
so you got this one, right?
Yeah, then they treat you like as a startup, and then they give you like a Founders Award, and that way they even like incentivize employees more to be like creative and innovative. So
it's a kind of a company within the company, right? A company inside the company, right? So it's like a little bit like being an entrepreneur or something, like being a businessman yourself in a way.
That's correct.
So you don't, oh, I wish I had done it by myself without being a
Exactly.
That's what they want to avoid. Right. I know some people who left Orkut, people who were Orkut users, and they left Orkut because of the lack of privacy it brings. Does it bother you? I mean, what do you think about it?
We do the best we can to protect our users' privacy, and if you look at like the initial design and development of Orkut.com, you see that we really care about how people like share their information. For instance, sensitive information like your address or your cell phone, you can choose to share it only with your friends or friends of friends, and it's the user's responsibility to make sure that they accept like the right type of people to their network and so on. And if you look at people are people even on cyberspace, and you get like the good users and the bad users, and you see the same thing on the internet, on every single social network, also on Orkut.com in Brazil. So every once in a while we get like one of those bad apples, you call them.
Sure. And yeah, and there are like there is there are hoaxes sometimes, and there are communities which are weird. I mean, it's like Nazi, or they are pro pornography or something. I mean, is it like the downside of democracy in a way for you?
So we have terms of service, we have community standards, and we do the best we can to keep the site clean, and we have a campaign called Keep Orkut Beautiful. We implemented a lot of tools to be able like to track down on profiles, which could be like fake profiles, which could be communities that have like offensive content. We even implemented a direct hotline for the federal government, so that if they have like a complaint about a profile, they can report it directly to Google. And right now we have a big support team that looks at like all these complaints and takes the necessary actions. And any user on Orkut.com can flag a community or a profile and tell our system why they flagged it, and then this way we would like look into it. So part of the responsibility is our users as well, to keep the site clean and beautiful.
And Google provides lots of services for internet users, most of them for free, but are all of them like ways to get closer to potential buyers? So, I mean, people whose computers will get cookies throughout Google products, and down the line will be an easy target for advertisement.
That's the problem in general. Like if you look at email in the past, history of email, you see a lot of like spammers who like advertising and marketing through sending spam messages, and you see the same type of behavior on social networks as well. And we do the best we can to prevent this, and we implemented a lot of enhancements on the site where we make it like very difficult for spammers to send spam messages or create spam profiles. One example I could like mention, for instance, is in the scrapbook, where spammers used to send a lot of like links to their companies or services, and we added the capture feature where it prevented like bots to send thousands of emails to users randomly spamming them.
But some people complain, like, I mean, if they are Gmail users and they write the word castle, for instance. Then all of a sudden they get like advertisement about, oh, go to Val de Loire in France, you know, it's like about tourism and about castles, about antiquity, about, and some people complain about it, like, oh my God, it's like I'm being read. They are reading what I'm writing, so is it?
I think that complaint comes as a result of like lack of knowledge of how our systems work. The way it works is it's all content dependent. We look at the language of the page, we look at what type of information there is on the page, and depending on that, we give like the relevant ads. As you mentioned, if like castle gets mentioned on the page, then we would have like ads related to castles. And it does not mean that Google is watching you. It does not mean that it has any information related to you. It's just about like the content on that particular page.
So are you developing something in particular right now? I mean, are you into a new project with 20% of your time?
I'm working on a variety of projects, and I'm still working on Orkut.com and consulting as a part of it.
So how many friends do you have in Orkut?
I think I have around 600 friends. But
some Brazilians have more than that.
I am at every single one in person, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Wow, what a great
All my true friends.
Oh, amazing. All over the world or just in the U.S.? I mean,
it's mostly U.S., but all over the world.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. So where is Google going, in your opinion? Because it's getting it's growing so fast. I mean, I remember like years ago, research engines, there were a couple of research engines, but now things are easier. I mean, and it's growing, and there is YouTube, and there are, you know, so many features. So where is it going? Where are we going?
That's a good question. If you look at Google, our mission is to organize the world's information and make it accessible and available. And if you look at like all the products we launch, you see like the same kind of vision and goal. We have like millions of books we want to make it available. We have like different content types besides text that we want to make available, like images and video, for instance. And if you look at like information in general, there's also like the people information, right? We want to make that available and searchable as well. And the information globally grows really fast, and it becomes like a
free. I mean, there is a slow
catch up with that.
And then in San Francisco Bay Area, information wants to be free, and then and people want to make money with it too. I mean, it's like it's.
That's one of the nice things about Google. Like we have no pressure to make money, and most of our products don't actually have a revenue model.
Right.
And we only introduce ads, for instance, when we think that it's beneficial for the user and when we think it's like a good user experience.
And what are your favorite communities at Orkut? Do you participate? I mean, do you actually open up your communities and read what's going on? And
yeah, I read a lot of communities. There are like some interesting ones. Like one is like I hate Mondays. People discuss like how they hate like the first day of the week. There are communities that just talk about like interesting communities that are on Orkut.com, and I find it also very interesting.
Okay, and it must be, I mean, funny to have your name pronounced, I mean, all over the world. And in Brazil we say Orkut instead of Orkut. I mean, it's like we adapt the way we pronounce it. I mean, your parents must be proud of you. It's like having such a popular, I mean, well-renowned son, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, they're proud.
Just one last question. The purpose of your trip to Brazil, I mean, it's basically publicity, or it's like make things even more popular. So why did you come to Brazil?
I would say there are like three major reasons. One is I'm visiting a couple of like universities, and I'm giving technical talks on social networking on Orkut.com. We are running a couple of user focus groups in a couple of cities to learn more about our users, how they use the website, and how we can improve the user experience. And finally, Brazil was a place I wanted to visit for the longest
Sure,
time,
sure.
and I finally have like the opportunity.
More than 50% of the users, right, are here in Brazil of Orkut
Over
users, right?
50%.
Yeah.
So it gives me like the chance to meet the people, to see the culture.
Yeah, and now you can make Brazilian friends throughout Orkut too.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you so much
thanks
for
to
this
you.
interview, and hope we see you around anytime soon. Thank you.
Thank you.